Great catch, X.
How you doing, Victor? How's it going?
It's going pretty good, Matt. Nice to talk to you, man.
All right, man. Welcome back to the show, man. How you been making out with everything?
Man, I've been grinding as hard as I possibly can within these COVID times, taking things day by day.
Yeah, I mean, where we left you, it was right before the NFL draft, and we had the draft and so much going on. And I've seen you've been working. You training with guys like Dez Bryant and other free agents. First off, what did you take away from training with a guy like Dez Bryant, a veteran, just so hungry, wanting to make it back into the league?
Man, honestly, I took away so much. I learned a lot of habits that receivers do. Dez is very creative with his routes, and he's also very explosive. A lot of hidden talent that a lot of people wouldn't be able to see on camera. And if you break his film down, every step, it has a purpose to it. There's a lot of athletic receivers. There's a lot of, all-around great athletic wide receivers, but not too many can get open the way that Dez can. And so, that's what really makes him a legend, in my opinion. And so being able to go against that, I can confidently say, I can line up across any wide receiver and take care of my business. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. And seeing Dez get signed to a team like Baltimore, knowing with the protocol and everything, how does that make you even hungrier to know that you're probably going to get your opportunity this year?
I've never really been worried about it. Of course, being a free agent, certainly not being drafted, it is a different toll. It takes a different toll on athletes that I don't think a lot of people know, because we bank so heavy on playing football. And so, being in this process of getting on a team, it's not been easy. And so, seeing Dez get drafted, seeing other wide receivers that I've trained with get drafted, seeing other corners that I've trained with get drafted and picked up and signed as free agents, man, that it's beautiful to me, and it's amazing knowing, okay, these guys are getting paid, these guys are making it. And so, at this point, I'm just waiting my turn.
Yeah, man, and you got that 4.42 40 speed and that 42-inch vertical. What do you think your best athletic attribute is?
I feel like my explosiveness is more so the best thing about me, as far as my athleticism. I can be aggressive. I can choose, when to be sneaky with my coverages. I can choose when to be aggressive at the line, when to be passive at the line. But I think that the best thing about me is my football smarts. I like to call out routes before wide receivers even run them, look at formations, look at how far wide receivers spread apart, watch film over past NFL games and be able to tell, okay, I can tell that they're about to run this at the line. Watch, Jamal Adams in his coverage, watch different wide receivers run their routes, watch how they get off the line, and be able to study in that form, so that when it is time for me to bank on my athleticism, I can do that and succeed.
No doubt, man. And you played, strong safety, a little free safety, nickel corner, and a little outside as well. What area of the secondary do you feel you play best?
At this point, I feel like playing corner is what I would really, succeed greatly at, certainly because of my size and my arm length. I feel like I'd be able to really make a huge difference for a team in that aspect. And again, my football smarts and the way that I can tell what routes are coming, and really be patient in my back pedal really would help me out a lot in that spot. And I like to be versatile. So if they feel the need to move me around the free safety, strong safety, nickel, I want to be able to be a whole package to where you can move me around on the field. I'm not just put in a box.
Yeah. And why is football so important to you?
Football is so important to me because it gives me an avenue into which, I can really prove a lot of people wrong, prove things to myself, provide a way for my family, provide a way for me, really. And it's just something I've wanted for such a long time. It's meant a lot to me since I hit the field at the age of 5. You know, uh, I like to compete. I love to compete, and I don't like to be beat. Any given circumstance, I don't like being beat. And so, ever since I was a little kid, I've dreamt of being able to do this type of stuff. And I've been doubted against. I've always been put in a position where I couldn't do something, and I've had every reason to quit. But I continued to keep going even when things didn't quite go my way. As a matter of fact, I don't remember a time where it really ever has. So, but I'm still here and I'm still pushing and I'm still making my right connections. So, I've never really made any excuses and I won't start now.
Absolutely. And you just got back from the priority free agent event down at the College Gridiron Showcase thing in Texas. How do you think it went, and any specific drills or testing that you feel you did really well on?
I'm sorry, Matt. I couldn't hear you. What'd you say? Say it again. Your
I said
audio was
you went
cutting in
down
and
to
out.
the priority free agent event, the College Gridiron Showcase thing for the free agent. How do you feel it went, and any specific drills or testing that you feel you really did well in?
Man, I know I did good in my W drill. I know I did good in turning my hips. Obviously, I succeeded in the vertical. They had to move me and another guy's vertical jump up another 6 inches because we were clearing the whole board. So I know they didn't quite count that as numbers, but I don't, or they forgot that they did. But yeah, they moved uh, our vertical stick up 6 inches because we were jumping so high. Um, I know I excelled in my broad jump, and so I really feel like I showed my explosiveness. I feel like I showed how smooth I am in my back pedal, and I made some pretty tough catches. So I really feel like they got a good scope on how focused I can really be. And so you know I'm ready to wow any coaches that are ready to take me up.
Did you get any feedback from any teams or scouts down there, NFL, CFL?
I did. Honestly, I left the camp thinking that I didn't do too good. I called my mom. I was upset about how much I weighed. I was upset about, you know, to my standards, how I performed. I mean, I didn't think I did well enough. And then certainly, 2 weeks later, I got hit up by Stampeders coach out in Canada, Calgary Stampeders. And the scout said he had me on his radar. And he asked if I was going to any more combines. He was ready to see me. So we're going to keep going, right? No, there's no stopping. We're not letting the foot off the gas.
And how are you keeping your mentality strong this year, especially with everything going on?
Man, honestly, Matt, I just take it day by day. Because, again, being a free agent, certainly when you have never been in the league before, certainly when you feel like everything's just kind of going against you and you see everybody else getting signed around you, it's a blessing and a curse. So I wake up in the morning and I take my steps day by day. I plan the night before and plan how I'm going to attack the next day, and I get right to it. My mentality is that I gotta have it and that I can't quit, you know, because how am I gonna tell my kids that whenever they grow up? How am I gonna tell my kids, yo, this is a dream I had and I was so close and I decided to let it go, um, because there are a lot of free agents out there. There are a lot of athletes that feel like they can do it, and there's more power to them, but for some reason I feel like my grind is different. I feel like every rep that I take is different. I feel like my leadership skills are different. And so, I can't wait to put that in front of an NFL team and see where it can take me.
And why do you feel you're more ready now than you even were last year? Let's say 2020 NFL draft.
I would say more so my experience and being able to go up against people, my mentality. Last year I was kind of new to the game. I hadn't really seen a lot of things. I hadn't really seen a lot of professional athletes. All I knew was, this NAIA, everything. I thought I had it all figured out last year. And so this year, my athleticism is different. My patience is different. And I feel like I just let the game come to me now, much rather than, trying to force things. And I've still stayed just as hungry, but I feel like my game has matured in being able to call things out and being able to do things differently, being able to stay patient with my hips, being able to get into the right connections, talk to different people, and get the ball rolling where I want it to go.
Cool, man. And who in your life inspires you to keep moving forward towards your football dream?
I would say that my family inspires me to keep going. And, there's a huge old story behind that. But I really think that, honestly, if I didn't grow up the way that I grew up, if I wasn't at the schools that I was at, and if we weren't in the situations that we were in, then I wouldn't be the man who I am today. Just as driven and motivated to keep going every day.
Absolutely, man. And tell any NFL or CFL pro scouts, GMs, coaches why Victor Hubbard Jr. is a great fit for their team.
I would say that I'm a great pick for your team because of the way that I lead, my motivation, and because I want it more than everybody else. I don't have a quit in me, and, I'm ready to go at any given moment. So to any NFL coaches that are looking for a guy to lead, for a guy to step up, for somebody that won't back down from the challenge and won't fold, I'm your guy.
Absolutely, man. And we appreciate you coming on the Victory Formation podcast. We'll hook everything up, VFP.com. We'll link everything together. And thanks for coming back on the show. Victor Hubbard Jr., a free agent, available free agent, NFL, CFL. Have a good night, man. Take it easy, Vic.
Thanks, man.